Welcome to the Selling Point Podcast, the show where we get real about business growth, sales success, and what it really takes to scale revenue. I'm Anthony Nix, and today we're talking about something that frustrates business owners everywhere. Why the heck isn't your revenue scaling? You've got a sales team. You've got leads. Maybe you've even increased marketing spend. But sales still aren't growing the way they should. If you feel like you're stuck, I've got some answers for you today. Because, spoiler alert, it's not just the economy and it's not just your salespeople. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with a reality check. If your revenue isn't scaling, there's a reason. And in my experience working with business owners and sales teams, the real issue almost always boils down to sales leadership gaps. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like your sales team is just winging it rather than following a structured process? Are your sales forecasts consistently off? Do deals sit in your pipeline forever, never closing? Do your salespeople struggle to hit quota and you're not sure why? If you answered yes to any of those, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news, these problems don't fix themselves. The good news, there are solutions. But first, you have to identify what's actually broken. So let's talk about the 5 biggest sales leadership gaps that might be holding you back. First, no clear sales strategy or process. If your sales team doesn't have a structured, repeatable process, you're setting them up to fail. Sales shouldn't be an art. It's a science. The best sales teams follow a process that's proven to work. Think about it like this. If your operations team didn't follow a system, your product would be a mess, right? Sales is no different. Without a sales process, you get inconsistent results and unpredictable revenue. A strong sales leader ensures every rep knows who they should be targeting, how to qualify leads properly, and what steps to follow to move deals forward. If you don't have this in place, scaling becomes nearly impossible. Secondly, weak or inconsistent sales management. A lot of business owners assume that if they just hire good salespeople, things will take care of themselves. Wrong. Sales teams need more than motivation. They need coaching, accountability, and structure. Without consistent sales leadership, here's what happens. Your pipeline becomes a black hole. Salespeople miss quotas, but no one really knows why. And salespeople don't get better because there's no coaching in place. Here's the truth. Salespeople don't just need someone to cheer them on. They need someone to hold them accountable and develop their skills. That's what a great sales leader does. Third, poor lead. Qualification and pipeline management scaling sales isn't about getting more leads. It's about getting better leads. Too many sales teams waste time on bad prospects, people who were never going to buy in the first place. Without a structured approach to lead qualification, this is what you can expect. Your sales team chases low-value deals. The pipeline looks full, but most deals are never going to close, and you get inconsistent revenue because sales cycles drag on forever. Sales leaders must train their teams on how to spot real opportunities and disqualify bad leads fast. Next is the lack of accountability and performance metrics. Here's a hard truth. If your sales team isn't consistently hitting their numbers, but there's no structured way to track and improve performance, you don't actually have a sales team. You have a group of people hoping for the best. The best sales teams track sales activities such as calls, meetings, and proposals submitted. They watch pipeline metrics like deal size, close rates and sales cycle length and win-loss trends, and asking the question, why are we winning or losing deals? Without these, it's impossible to fix what's not working. And finally, no sales leadership or the wrong leadership. This is the biggest one. If there's no one actively leading your sales team, your revenue will never scale. And here's the issue for most business owners. You're busy running the company. You don't have time to manage the sales team, track KPIs, or coach reps daily. But without strong leadership, Sales teams lose focus. Some companies try to solve this by hiring a full-time VP of sales, but that's a big investment, and many businesses aren't ready for that yet. That's where fractional sales management could be a breakthrough strategy. This isn't about adding another expense. It's about fixing your sales function so you can finally scale revenue the right way. As we wrap up, let me ask you, what's holding back your revenue growth? If your sales team isn't performing, if your pipeline is weak, or if you know there's no real leadership in place, it's time to do something about it. If you want to talk more about how fractional sales management can help, let's connect. You can find links to our website or to schedule a consultation in the description. Let's fix what's broken so you can start hitting your revenue goals. What's the biggest sales challenge you're facing right now? Drop a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. That's it for today's episode of the Selling Point Podcast. If you found this valuable, do me a favor. Like, share, or leave a review so more business owners can get the help they need. Until next time, go out there and close more deals.